What's up, guys? M. Jones back in the house again for an in-theater review today of World War Z. I most recently just saw this movie, and I must say I have a lot to talk about today about it. First things first, who's in it? Brad Pitt is definitely your number one actor in the movie. Kind of an unknown actress who plays his wife. Her name is Muriel Enos. I think I'm saying that correctly. Not really huge in the acting world yet of knowing her, but she was in Gangster Squad, which was out like last year with I believe Sean Penn, and another person you might know is James Badge Dale, who I believe was that crooked guy in The Departed. If you remember, spoiler alert, he tries to team up with Matt Damon at the very end when he shoots Leo DiCaprio. He was in that too for just a brief part of the movie. But let's get into it. The movie's plot. The movie, I believe, was filmed in Philadelphia. A lot of parts in Philadelphia, and it's basically, it's just the common world right now, the most recent of anything, modern contemporary world, and there's reports that something's going on, like there's been like some rabies, or there's some kind of virus going on, or there's some kind of disease or epidemiology in the world, and it's starting to hit all over. And the movie starts out, Brad Pitt, he's eating breakfast with his two daughters and his wife, Muriel Enos, and he's just kind of whatever. He plays a United Nations agent, so he kind of has some practice in this kind of stuff with trying to help all the countries and all of the what is involved with the world. And so he's kind of like just whatever, like whatever's going to happen. And the very next scene, the movie is at least like it's almost like 2 hours long. It's almost like 2 hours long, and the very beginning, the breakfast scene is like 5 minutes long, and then the very next scene, they're in the city of Philadelphia, and then like the whole movie just starts with the whole idea of what is happening. Like, is it zombies? Is it a rabies outbreak? God knows. But the whole movie, it's just constant running from this epidemic problem. And it was really cool how they just went right into it. The director, his name's Mark Forster, Mark with a C, and he's from Germany, and he's made like Quantum of Solace. He's made Stranger Than Fiction. He's directed. I'm trying to think what else he's directed. He did Stranger Than Fiction, Monsters Ball, which Halle Berry, I think, got an Academy Award for. So he's kind of an eclectic style of genre. He does a lot of different things, action, drama. He's a really cool director. I really look forward to more from him. And the movie, I'll say this. I really liked how his style of directing was. Let's just get right into it. The whole movie, there's no zombies for like 5 minutes. And then for the next like hour and 50-some minutes, it's just constant struggle from zombies and constant running away from zombies, trying to survive, and it's just so cool. Like I'm not a huge zombie guy, but this movie made me more into watching zombies. I like Zombieland a little bit. I'm not really crazy in The Walking Dead. Haven't really watched that show, so I can't really give you a valid assessment on that show. But I never got into zombies. This movie, I think, has got me into zombies. I really liked it. I thought it was such a cool movie. The parts in it, I thought the director and I thought the producers and everything, did everything well for all these actors that were in it. But Brad Pitt's definitely the only real known actor, and he did a fantastic job. Is it Academy Award nomination worthy? I'm going to say no. And I think some people might disagree with me. I thought he was good, but there was nothing like. There's nothing crazy that shot out at me. Like, he was awesome in Meet Joe Black. He was really amazing in Troy. He was really good in, Legends of the Fall. I love him in The Mexican. But this movie, it just didn't do it for me completely with him. Like, I thought he was a very good actor in the movie, but it wasn't like, I'm going to talk about him next February during the Oscars. And if I'm wrong, hey, please comment and tell me why I'm wrong. But I don't think he will be Oscar nominated. But he was excellent in the movie. But I really liked his wife, Muriel Enos, which I've mentioned for the past 5-6 minutes. I think she was excellent. I really liked her in the movie. She had to keep the whole family calm. Like he would have to contact her by phone to make sure she knew he was okay. And the reason why is because he was asked by basically the army to try to figure out what's going on. So he had to travel around the world to find different spots to see if he can figure out what's going on. And so he had to call her just to say like everything's cool, blah blah blah. Sometimes things weren't cool. He couldn't get in hold of her. But again, I don't want to tell you too much because that's too much of spoiling if I would continue with what I was just saying. But I think the movie's going to do really well money wise. It's going to probably make all their money back. I'd hope because action movies like that deal with a lot of big locations, a lot of people, a lot of extras, cost a ton of money and a ton of money, seven to eight figures. So I definitely think they'll make their money back. But I think the movie is probably going to struggle a little bit in the whole Oscar kind of thing. I think it's still a genre that isn't really like they take too serious with the critics in mind, like the big time critics. I can't really say who was my favorite actor or actress because there wasn't a huge plethora of cast members. But, for the best actors, I mean, obviously Brad Pitt, he was really good. And the best actress, I thought, was his wife. Because that was really basically who was in the movie. If I would rate this movie from 1 to 5, I would definitely probably say, I'll say a 3.5. I'll say it a 3.5 because I didn't really care about Brad Pitt, how he was, if he'd ever see his family again. I was just kind of like, whatever. He kind of has that natural instinct in acting just to be kind of emotionless, I didn't really care. I never really care if he's okay. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just didn't care. Like, I cared about his wife. I wanted her to be unharmed from any zombies. I cared about his daughters. But with him, it's just, I don't know what it was. I wasn't really attached to him. He was a good actor in the movie, but I wasn't, emotionally attached to him. But, I would definitely say 3.5 because of that. I didn't care about him so much in the movie. And it's a shame because, you want to, but just something about him, he has this, I don't know if it's because his out of theater, he's kind of a little crazy with his mind, with his views and everything with the world. I don't know if I could look past that. I think back in the 90s when he wasn't nuts yet with Angelina, people really liked him just because, he's a good-looking cat. He was awesome in Fight Club, which I forgot to mention. And people were like, yeah, this guy's cool. Like, I hope he does well. Now I'm just like, I don't know. I could take away his character from his real self in this movie. I don't know. That was just me. But he did a good job. But I didn't care about him. So I give it a 3.5 because of that. I would have probably given it a 4.5 if I thought Brad Pitt was really like, let's get the audience involved and care about me. I don't know. The action was awesome. The end sequence when he is across, in Europe and he's trying to figure out how to solve the problems with why zombies keep attacking humans, and how he figures it out is really cool, and how he just has to try to survive these zombies is just really cool at the end. Very cool. And I'm not going to say if he does survive or not, but it was really neat how he tries to figure things out. And it's just, the audience were like, wow, that's cool. So I'm really excited to see what other people think about this. I've had a lot of people say it was a great movie. I've read about critics saying it wasn't that good. So if you look at it like that, just for going in there for some fun, it definitely was fun. There's a couple pop outs too. So again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about this, please leave a message, and I'll definitely get back to you with this in the comment section. But until then, you take it easy, and bye.